I almost poured it down the sink. Then the steam stopped me. That first puff smelled of orange peel and toasted grain, and somehow it made the evening feel fixable. Welcome to Earthy Remedy. I'm Fiona Thompson, co-host and nutritionist. The research shows small nightly habits, foods you can make in 10 minutes, are often the quiet building blocks of well-being. Tonight's broth is one of those small rituals, simple, intentional, and rooted in kitchen wisdom. And I'm Sam Nang Bradley, host and wellness guide. We explore how nature's little remedies can fit into real life. No drama, just doable steps. Tonight, a pearl barley and rosehip night broth that feels like a soft, edible hug before bed. Let's be clear, this is not a cure, and we won't promise miracles. What we do offer is a gentle, food-first practice that supports digestion and provides skin-friendly nutrients over time. Before we get into the how, here's a quick picture. It's the kind of bowl you can make after work or keep in the fridge for 2 nights, and it quietly signals your body to slow down. Quick overview of the players. Pearl barley brings soluble fiber, beta-glucan, which helps give the broth a silky body and can slow digestion slightly, so things settle down more smoothly at night.
Beta-glucan. Sounds fancy. How does that actually feel when you drink it?
Good question. Practically, it contributes to a gentle mouthfeel and a sense of steadiness, less rumbling, less acid spike for some people. Rosehip, our bright second player, is high in vitamin C and antioxidants, which support skin structure over time, not overnight, but with consistent inclusion.
Isn't rosehip a little tart for some people?
Yes, some find it lively. That's why we add a whisper of orange zest and a touch of ginger. Orange oils lift the aroma. Ginger warms the digestion. If tartness isn't your thing, a teaspoon of honey or maple balances it without masking the character.
There's also a cultural thread here. People around the world have been steeping grains and fruits at day's end for comfort. That ritual part matters as much as the nutrient profile.
Exactly. Ritual gives your nervous system a cue to unwind. The evidence supports small, predictable routines for sleep and stress regulation. So this broth is both literal nourishment and a bedtime signal.
Okay, practical side now. We'll do a single serving version that takes about 25 minutes, or you can batch it for a few nights. I'll read ingredients slowly so listeners can copy them down.
Ingredient list. 1 cup of water per serving. 1/4 cup pearl barley, rinsed. 2 tablespoons dried rosehip pieces, or 1/3 cup fresh when in season. 1/2 inch slice fresh ginger, smashed. 1 teaspoon orange zest. Optional, 1 teaspoon honey or maple, and a tiny pinch of salt. Gluten-free swap, 1/4 cup buckwheat groats or short grain rice.
Equipment: a small pot, a spoon, a fine mesh strainer, and a mug or shallow bowl.
Step 1. Pour 1 cup of water into your pot and bring to a gentle simmer. If you're making a batch, use 3 cups for 3 servings. While the water heats, rinse the barley under cool running water until it looks satin smooth.
If you want that toasted note, here's a little trick. Dry toast the rinsed barley in the pot for 60 to 90 seconds until it smells nutty. Stir constantly so it doesn't burn.
Step 2. Add the barley and the smashed ginger to the simmering water. Lower to a gentle simmer, cover partially, and let cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. You'll see the grains swell and the liquid gain a mild, silky body. That's the soluble fiber releasing. If you used buckwheat or rice, shorten the time, about 12 to 15 minutes, so the grain doesn't turn mushy. Step 3. In the final 5 minutes, add the rosehip pieces and the orange zest. Rosehip can become bitter if overcooked, so this timing keeps the infusion bright and pleasantly tart. you'll notice a soft pink tint and a citrus lift as the oils bloom.
Step 4. Remove from heat, let rest 2 minutes with the lid on, then strain into your mug or shallow bowl. Press lightly on the grains if you want a fuller mouthfeel. Add honey or maple to taste and a tiny pinch of salt to round flavors.
Sensory note. Cradle the bowl and take that first puff of steam. The first puff of steam smelling like orange peel and toasted grain. Let it anchor you. This is more than sipping. It's a moment to slow down.
Storage. Cool to room temperature within 2 hours. Refrigerate in a sealed container up to 48 to 72 hours. Reheat gently. Do not boil. And discard if it smells off or shows any mold.
Variations, a splash of coconut milk for creaminess, or swap rosehip for hibiscus for a tangier note. Though hibiscus can affect blood pressure in some people, so use with awareness. For deeper nuttiness, try a teaspoon of roasted barley tea added at the end. Choose what helps you relax and what your body tolerates.
Quick safety summary. Pearl barley contains gluten. Don't use it if you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Rosehip is in the rose family. If you have related allergies, test a tiny amount or skip it. And a clinical note. If you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or taking medication, especially blood thinners or immune modulating drugs, check with your healthcare provider before making this a daily habit. We avoid medical claims, but it's important to flag interactions and individual risks. If your first bowl isn't perfect, that's part of the process. Maybe you like it sweeter, maybe more citrus. Tinker and learn. It's a small, adaptable ritual. To wrap, barley gives soothing, soluble fiber and a comforting texture. Rosehip brings vitamin C and bright notes. Ginger adds gentle warmth. Together, they create a low-acid, calming broth you can sip 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The evidence supports these components as complementary contributors to comfort and skin support over time, not as treatments, but as consistent, small practices that add up.
We'd love to hear how your pearl barley and rosehip night broth turned out. Did you add orange? Swap buckwheat? Send us a voice message or DM with your tweaks and discoveries.
If you found this helpful, follow or subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. The evidence evolves, and small habits are how change happens. Make this simple, make it yours. Thank you for sharing this quiet kitchen moment with us. Listen to your body, trust the earth, feel the difference. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Earthy Remedy. We'll see you next time. Until then, take a deep breath, drink some water, and be kind to your body.